Hi everyone, it's Louis here from 542 Plumbing Services, and today I just want to show you how I'm unblocking a blocked drain. Got the call from this lady and she said, okay, listen, I've got an emergency, the drain is overflowing, can you please come and assist us? And I was like, yeah, okay, let me come. I set up my tools, everything got ready, and like you see, I'm here busy with the inspection, checking out. Yeah, and the lady also started, she just advised me at this point which tap to use. And as I'm inspecting drain, I see there's the poop that's heaped up, and checking out the other drain, seeing where's the best point to start accessing, not to overflow the whole yard, because otherwise I'll be a glorified cleaner afterwards. But yeah, for now, just inspecting to see where I will start with the drain. But keeping this in mind, I would just like to mention that PPE, personal protective equipment, health and safety, something that we don't really keep in mind when you're going out to a job. Yes, you've got the thoughts of, yeah, okay, I'm going to put on my gloves, or maybe I'll wear a mask to protect my face or something, but those stuff is not really efficient. I'm here wearing a waders, protecting my legs and stuff, and like you see the dogs running around showing me, okay, you know what, the tap is this direction, you must just come in this direction to get your tap there, eh? And yeah, quite excited, the little dog, but unfortunately I had to take her away because she was interfering. But anyhow, going back to PPE, sometimes, yeah, we think we are wearing our gloves, we're wearing our boots, and but you're not really thinking about protecting your face, like your eyes, your mouth, especially when working with drains. If you're working with springs or a hydrojet or whatever, sometimes that water might ricochet back into your face, and directly there and then you pick up those germs that can make you terribly ill, especially your breathing. You pick up those dirt, and yeah, um, that's it's not good. It can take you out of your job for a while. At a previous job, I was busy. I came there. It was an insurance job of a friend that did not go very well before, but then I came and they said, okay, let's clear the drain, and I went to clear the drain for them there, and struggled, and in a rush, sometimes you struggle doing something and you remove your gloves and you just do something, and you go on with your work, not considering that you are working without your gloves, and for a matter of fact, without any PPE, and you're in direct contact with those germs, whatever, water, filthy water, sewer water, and not even to think about your lungs, because you're breathing while you're working. You're standing in that, you're kneeling over, breathing those gases coming from the drain. And that's where I would like to go, and like to ask, what type of PPE do other plumbers, do you guys out there, maybe watching my videos, something? I know most people watching the video will be non-plumbers, maybe commercial, normal people, whatever. But anyhow, I would like to hear from other plumbers. What type of masks would you say is best suited to wear? Me, myself, I've got a full face mask. I've got a gas mask that I put in, but sometimes using that stuff, it just like it feels too much, especially when you want to wipe your sweat from your face when you're perspiring or something like that, expiring. But anyhow, uh, yeah, that stuff just seems to be in the way, and every time it's like it's a nuisance. It's irritating. That's why sometimes you just remove it and you continue with your work and go on and get the work done. But yeah, PPE is very important. keeping in mind last year, 2024, it happened that there was plumbers unblocking a drain in Ekurhuleni, South Africa, Johannesburg actually. It was in October 2024. And those three guys, they went to unclog a drain, just normal day on the shift, quickly unclog a drain and go on home and whatever. Unfortunately for these guys, it ended up with them dying because, as I understand, I read through articles, they got stuck into the drain somehow in the manhole, and they couldn't come out because they didn't do preventative PPE or PPC, personal protective equipment, or personal protective clothing, I'm not sure. But anyhow, it caused their death. It's those three guys that didn't go home. So I would just like to light this out in memory of those three guys. And also, I would like to open up for discussion to get to hear what other plumbers or normal people think about PPE, what type of PPE should be used, and so on. That's not disrupting you while you're working. You're gonna, you start perspiring and you want to wipe it off, and the mask is in your way, and everything is skew, and all of a sudden your glasses are lying on the floor. You're stepping over everything, and no man, when you're busy with work, you get irritated. You just want to get the work done. Especially me, when I get focused, it's like I can't change my mind back to being simple, careful. I just want to get the work done and get it over with. But still, you want to make sure that the drain is flowing, that no obstacles is left, that the drain is clear, and the clients will not have any problems in the future. Coming back to PPE, I know I'm repeating it a lot. Let's think. We've got our gloves. Yes, we think we are protected wearing our gloves. That's not it. I think, for me personally, a general good face mask is very important. If the water does spat back into you or at you, okay, it cannot spat into your face, which is your most vulnerable areas, I think, or I presume. Your eyes, your lips, your nose, stuff that you consume with. And yes, your hands. Yes, gloves is important. Everybody's wearing the gloves. Yes, yeah, but that's not everything. Like you see, I'm wearing a wider pants here, but it's not. I didn't pull it up. It's just to protect my feet up to close to my knee and stuff. But actually, the intention, the mindfulness of using the wider there was to protect my legs, so that, because you'll see, very often I go down, standing on my knees, going down close and personal, trying to get to see what is causing the blockage, to remove everything. And yeah, sometimes you have to get in contact with it, and with gloves you can't really grip stuff easily. It's like you feel you have lost one of your, in Afrikaans, your sintuie, when you're wearing gloves, because now all of a sudden your feeling is less. You can't really touch or grip or pull or anything. But nevertheless, yeah, PPE, that's very important. And I wish people would be more wary of stuff that they flush down their drains, toilets, and stuff like that. Yeah, I know people get. There's some people. I've been at many drains. Let me rather say so. I've been at many drains where I found wet wipes in the drains, and at the end you ask the client or other person. I'm referring to drains I've been to in the past, and you ask the people, okay, listen, have you got any health problem or something? Why are you using wet wipes? Why did you use wet wipes? And it came out from one client that they had hemorrhoids. And hemorrhoids, that's something that I don't. Yeah, that's a medical condition that I don't understand. Luckily, I've never had something like that. Yeah. I had a joke once about um, hemorrhoids. If somebody's got hemorrhoids, they must just take a box of matches with them to the toilet. When sitting down to take a poop or something, when you know those stuff they are coming out or something, you just take a match, you light it, you put it close to, and the hemorrhoids will crimp back into your ass. I don't believe that's the really good. I don't think it's a solution in any way, but it's funny because they say, and I asked them why matches. They say now every time when you go to the toilet and you take a box of matches, your hemorrhoids will remember of that, and it will automatically shrink back into your bum. And yeah, stupid joke. I'm not really one to tell jokes, but anyhow, yeah, I was busy unclogging the drain, and already I took out wet wipes and stuff. I think this drain at the end there, I think it went into the main drain, but it was inside the people living at the back's yard, although I could not enter that yard. But it's like it was hitting a T junction or something. It was not properly plumbed into the main drain, and yeah, it felt like a total obstruction that I hit every time. And yeah, I removed a washing cloth. You'll see that at the end of this video, because during the video also my camera stopped recording, and I think the battery was flat or something, or maybe I touched something when I moved it or something. But anyhow, at the end you'll see the cloth and the wet wipes and one tampon or stuffy that I took out from there. And I'm starting to sound like Opa Kalimari. Anna! Okay. But anyhow, yeah, PPE. Very dangerous thing. Because me myself, after that previous job that I was discussing, I fell ill. And I couldn't go and work because I had some stuff going on. I'm not going to mention what exactly. I can just say my belly was hurting, my bum was hurting, something like that. But anyhow, yeah, when you're out of the job, you're missing a job, you're missing income, you're missing money that you could have earned. Luckily at that moment, unfortunately at that moment, also my bucky broke down, so I had to service my car and everything and get it all in place. But yeah, missed a few jobs, income that I could have had. And that's coming back to the severity of PPE. I would like to know what your guys' thoughts about PPE. I really think PPE is very, very important. I'm thinking about doing future video about just showing budget wise PPE, PPC, personal protective equipment, personal protective clothing that you can take with you. Like you can see here, I'm wearing partly my waders on my legs to protect me against the water on my legs. My face mask was in my vehicle. I've also got a mouth mask, my nose and mouth mask. It was also in my vehicle, on top of my tools, just lying there at the back. Like I said, when you get into work, it's like you don't want unnecessary stuff hanging around, flipping, lying, squeezing, pulling your ears, pinching your nose, obstructing you from wiping the sweat from your face and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why it wasn't used. But anyhow, uh, yeah, just enjoy the video, and that's all I've got to say. This is literally the first time that I'm trying to record a voice recording on one of my videos. It's like you can notice, it's not one of my strong points. I'm more of a person who can talk on person to people. I'm not one to make recordings of something that has already happened or whatever. Um, but yeah, please subscribe and like, and let's start that discussion. I would like to hear and get suggestions from you guys. What else could be done? What type of where PPE and PPC could be used? And yeah, thanks, man. Enjoy the video and thank you for watching.
If I'm down in a honky tonk, some old slick's trying to give me friction. I say, leave me alone. I'm singing all night long. It's a family tradition. Lordy, I have loved some ladies, and I have loved Jim Beam, and they both tried to kill me in 1973. When that doctor asked me, son, how'd you get in this condition? I said, hey, bones, I'm just carrying on an old family tradition. So don't ask me, Hank, why do you drink? Hank, why do you smoke? Why must you live out the songs that you wrote? Stop and think it over. Try to put yourself in my unique position. If I get stoned and sing all night long, it's a family tradition. I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep a moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down